Oh, cool. We're live.
What is it?
I said we're live.
Are you recording this?
It's live. I'm going live. I went live.
All right, folks.
Huh?
Let's get started.
Facebook Live.
Oh.
You all are going to come after all those emails.
Why? Let's think of it.
Okay, folks, so all the materials up in the front, hopefully you grab them. I'm going to start by just saying happy holidays. So this is technically holiday time. We weren't planning on meeting in December as a board, so I appreciate you all taking the time making it to this meeting. There's been a lot of emails going around, so thank you for responding to those emails. If you got a phone call, thank you for picking up the phone. If you got a text, thank you for texting back. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. It is currently 6:40 p.m. and we're going to go around to do roll call. Just to point out, we have two agendas, right? There's a retreat agenda, which will be later today. Right now, we're looking at the Bohai Neighborhood Council special meeting general board agenda. So, starting with roll call, Jaime Godoy is here. Marisol Sanchez.
Here.
Lizette Perez.
Here.
Beatriz Zaragoza. Absent. Alessandro Negrete.
Here.
Hector Hueso. Absent. Maria Ocampo.
Absent.
Absent. Margarita Amador.
Here.
Here. Ofelia Carrillo.
Here.
Here. Carlos Montes.
Right here.
Claudia Hernandez. Absent. Daisy Chavez.
Here.
Fanny Ortiz. Absent. Jared Hamid.
Here.
Jason Gallegos.
Here.
Joe Diaz.
Down downstairs.
Yeah. Absent. Marisol Marquez.
Here.
Vera Del Pozo.
Here.
All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 folks. We have enough to continue on with our meeting. So, awesome. The first point of order is going to be Pledge of Allegiance. Phil, you've attended all of our meetings. You've almost earned this honor of Pledge of Allegiance. So,
Everybody, stand up, and we have a flag right there.
We do? Oh, we do.
It's not facing forward, so we'll look at the flag anyway. Put your right hand over your heart. Everybody, okay?
Yes.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
thanks. All right. First piece on the agenda, I know some folks just joined us. So this is a meeting of the General Board, Bohai Neighborhood Council. There's items up at the front if you need them. There's two agendas. We're currently on the Bohai Neighborhood Council General Board agenda. There's a retreat agenda which will be following this meeting. So the special meeting right now is it's a General Board meeting. We have some documents there on the budget. So the first order is discussion and possible action to approve minutes of October 26th. Do we have a copy of that? Do you have copies of October 26th? So we're going to table this one. So I'm going to motion to table October 26 minutes. Can I get a second?
Second.
Seconded by Carlos. Is there anybody who is against tabling these minutes? Do we have copies of them for folks?
Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem, huh?
Yeah, we don't have copies.
Gotcha. Okay.
Since it was a council, please. Oh, no, that was October, not November. Sorry, never mind.
So it was a canceled meeting last week. We don't have copies of the October minutes for this meeting. So is there anybody who's against postponing this? Anybody who abstains? All right, seeing none, then by your presence, it's unanimous. We will table this discussion. Okay, next item is automatic resignation of Kimberly Arazo. Just so the board members know, we included the bylaws information here. The absence rules for the Boa Heights Neighborhood Council is that there's three consecutive meetings are missed, then folks are automatically, through their absence, resigning from the board. If there's 4 within a 12-month period, then again it's seen as an automatic resignation of folks. There's no need for the board to take action in those circumstances, in which case we just need to make the announcement, right? So agendizing it is part of it. However, I also just want to be transparent up front to folks and say, you know, we have tried to email folks, and as many of you probably experienced around this time for the special meeting, we've made an effort to try and email you the Friday before a meeting's supposed to be happening, right around when the agenda goes out, right, and ask for folks to confirm. We also do a follow-up email if we haven't heard back from folks or they haven't responded to the email. And then there is an attempt to make a phone call or a text to folks. But in particular, in this case, for folks who are really close to the absence, I made sure that I did send them a personal email, so a direct email to them, because I know a lot of times our board emails may not come through, there may be issues, what have you. So in this case, there is an open seat. It's an Area 2 officer seat. So because this is our last meeting until January, we'll discuss that in a little bit. I do want to let folks know that that seat is open. If you can please help us find someone who can fill the area seat, because it's what helps our neighborhood committee run. And it's sort of like holds things up if we don't have an area seat filled. So the Area 2 seat is open, it is vacant. I also included here just a courtesy notice for folks. I think folks already know if they had to miss, excused absences are okay. We want to keep it to a limit though, because in particular, like last week was a perfect example, where if we don't have enough folks present, we had more public here than we had board members last week. And that's a major issue, in part because there is, although we may be getting busy, there are things that our board needs to take action on, and it needs to be done in a timely fashion. And it's part of the reason why we're having this meeting today, when we weren't planning to meet in December, right? So, folks are going to miss, that's a given, and I'm okay with that. I need 100% attendance. But at the very least, we need folks to communicate with us to let us know if you aren't going to be able to be here for whatever reason, because we can plan accordingly. If I need to cancel a meeting, I'd rather do that in advance as opposed to doing it in front of a bunch of people who are expecting the meeting to happen, right? So just courtesy to board members who are making the time to be here. Please communicate with us. Lizette is reaching out to folks to try and make sure that you can be here. So, just a notice for everybody, like it's just helpful for us to plan to make sure that we can meet quorum. Cool?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you pointed out that excuse absence. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, so, things come up, right? So I know there's been cases where folks have had either an anniversary come up, they happen to be on vacation with family. I think on my end, as president, I'm not here to say I need everyone to be here 100%. I just need enough people to be here to meet quorum, right? And so if you have something that you you have scheduled or conflicts with our time, I'm okay with that. But just know our general board meeting is every 4th Wednesday, right? So to the extent that you can, please plan around that. Don't plan over that. And so, our bylaws actually state that any regularly posted meeting that we have, not just regular board meetings, if you're not there, then that's counted as absence, which would include our board retreats, right? So as a president, I'm choosing not to count the board retreat as an absence, in part because I think it's unfair for us to plan a meeting not on a regular schedule and request that folks be there, right? In particular around this time of the year. So the main thing that I want to make sure that folks know is every 4th Wednesday, we've agreed that that's when our general board meeting is happening. Please plan around that, don't plan over it. And to the extent that it's not possible, then have a conversation with us and we'll talk about it, right? But if I'm missing quorum, I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, you know, like, you wanna go to this car show, it's okay for you to miss a meeting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, I'm just being real with folks, right? Like, we're all adults. This isn't, you know, we can be responsible and know when we need to be spaces. Alright? Cool. So, that's there for folks to see. On the next page, we're going to open up now to general public comment. This is a portion during our meeting where folks, if there's any announcements that you'd like to make and or anything you'd like to bring to the attention of the board, now would be the time to make those comments. If you can fill out a public comment card, that helps us for our note-taking, so Lizette is our secretary. It's helpful if you can give her a public comment card so she can document who's here and we can take better notes. Additionally, I will also say during general public comment, if there's something that's not on our agenda, that's the time to bring it up. We won't be able to take action in this meeting during general public comment if it's not on the agenda. But if you can just raise it, then we can think about putting it in future agendas or sending it to a committee. So it's still good to present it anyways. With that said, public comment cards are up at the front. If anybody wants to grab one, fill it out. Lizette is here with her laptop. She can take notes. But can I see if anyone wants to make a public comment before I go to the board? All right. So any public comment? So
Well, they're not for public comments, but they're for a budget. And then, well, actually, one of Mark's, and I don't know if this is correct, but I'm gonna just verify. Chris,
Yes.
did you want, oh, for budget, and then,
Yeah.
sorry, Philip, did you want that for budget, or did you want it to go toward, the
No, I
item
wanted
of
to,
Kimberly?
I wanted it for right now,
Oh, for regular comment.
for the regular comment.
Okay, no, because it's ISO, so I just wanted to,
Well, that's the point that it was on our agenda, on the agenda.
Get it going around Kimberly.
from Kimberly or public comment?
Just a public comment about, it should have been.
No, that's, okay, so,
No,
yeah,
but
then it's Philip.
but my comment was on number 4.
I got you. So that was just an announcement. There wasn't a public comment for it, but I mean, feel free to do it now during the general
All
public
right,
comment.
so the only thing I wanted to speak about was, about the automatic resignation, which I understand that you said that that person defaulted, and I have no problem with that. But I was just wanting to know, how, if everything is real clear on the attendance, on the ones that are, I know my wife's name is on it for twice, and, the other 3 people, but other than that, is it real accurate? Have you been able to cross-check it? Have you seen it on the chart? Have you checked the minutes of all the meetings of people missing?
Yeah, so that's what Lizette and I are working on, and just so that folks know, specifically on this point of like, how are we tracking? We are making a transition on our web design, and so we'll actually have a table that'll be on the website that demonstrates attendance.
It's gonna be publicly displayed.
As well as times when folks arrive, times when folks leave, in particular because then that vibes with our minutes, so that we can see when folks may have or may not have taken a vote or participated in a vote. For
But
minutes.
this could be inaccurate as far as it's only these 1 people. Could have been, you're missing 2 or.
This is true
No.
up to our meeting last week, and because we didn't meet quorum last week, it's not an official meeting, the meeting didn't happen. So last week's,
Oh, yeah, that one doesn't count. I understand.
well, so this is accurate up until that week. This is a copy and paste from last week's agenda that didn't happen. Yeah,
So it would be an additional miss.
and again, this is based off of regular board meetings, so the monthly
Okay.
meetings.
But is there a way I could request that I could see
We have
the attendance for
I
each
think
of all the meetings?
up until
Make
October,
sure
right.
people were
I didn't
there.
come to that meeting.
Yeah,
Family emergency.
yeah, we can definitely do that, Phil. We can provide that, yeah.
Okay,
And actually, I'll just send it out to all the board members. So we'll do that.
thank you.
We'll do that tonight. Cool. So then, other folks is just general public comment then that we have. So,
The other item, sorry, is for budget.
okay. Anybody want to make a general public comment? You can. You don't have to fill out a public comment card. Now you just state your name so that we can make sure we take note. I see the board members, but let me see the public here. No? Seeing none, then let's go to the board.
I sent out a search training flyer to everybody about a month ago. You know, it's very important for Boyle Heights to be prepared in case of an earthquake or something. I got very few responses. I can't talk any louder, I'm sorry, but I have a flyer here. Margo, why don't you talk about it, the dates are there and everything, please. Margo is actually the CERT lead for Boyle Heights.
So, you know, the community emergency response team is, it's formed of nothing but community members from your area, and it's really to mobilize as a community when a natural disaster happens. Primarily here in California, preparing for an earthquake, which is, you know, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. We have to be able to prepare ourselves, you know, to take care of each other, you know, at least within the first 72 hours, because you can't expect any emergency personnel to respond at least within the first 72 hours when a major disaster happens. So we have to be able to do that amongst the community. And so being the lead, you know, we have to create a pool of people that we can have so that when an earthquake does happen, we can mobilize, you know, and we have, you know, a meeting location. We have to start building our canteen. You know, there's a lot of things that go into preparing for an earthquake, and so these are really intense classes. And so, you know, it's important that if everybody can help outreach and get people from all of the, it covers all of that division. So right, so it's not just Boyle Heights, but you know, for our safety, you know, just try to get at least people to cover all of the areas that represent Boyle Heights, so that again, when we do have a disaster, we're able to at least, you know, have every area in the neighborhood covered, even if it's at a smaller, you know, a portion, just so that we can have a pool of people that are trained. You get, you know, a certificate. It's done by the fire department, so the instructor is actually, you know, personnel from the fire department, and you know, it's a lot of fun at the same time. So again, you guys can help outreach. You know, we do need to get more people. We have to have at least 25 people come in. If you get to know anybody or yourselves, you know, it helps you just in your own personal life as well, so that, you know, if you're at home and this happens, you have the basic skills to do the basic, you know, just surviving the first 22 hours after a disaster. Okay?
Folks have any questions on the certification?
It's really good to come and do these classes. So, you know, it took us at least a year and a half to get them to come, because they rotate throughout the entire city of LA. So, you know, we finally locked down the dates that said starting to come. They start January 5th, and you have to attend all, at least 6 of the 7 classes. They only allow 1 absence there to get certified. But again, it's a really good learning experience, and we have, I don't know, you guys should have all gotten the flyer, right? But we can resend it again. If you know anybody, again, I know Roosevelt, one of the teachers reached out. He has a whole bunch of instructor, you know, teachers that want to sign up. So, but we want to give, you know, priority to people in the neighborhood before we allow, you know, people from the outside to come and take advantage. But if we have to go and allow people from the outside to come, that's what we're going to have to do in order to make sure that we come through with the 25 commitment that we put ourselves to. It's free of charge. Yes.
Is it bilingual?
This is not a bilingual one, no. They have Spanish one, but we're not doing those. But, you know, if people come, I mean, you know, there's always someone there, and we translate. We've done them before, and we've got people that, we have a very low turnout when it comes. We did it before, just Spanish only. We had to cancel because we just didn't get bodies. People just didn't come out, so.
And it's just to be prepared for an earthquake, or to be able to administer another training, or?
No, it's not a trainer for trainer. It's an actual to be able to be part of the certain team, so that, you know, you guys are able to, you know, help mobilize the neighborhood if there's an earthquake, like how to do basic search and rescue, you know, bandaging, you know, things like, just the basics. I mean, CERT has a bunch of levels. This is just level 1, so there's like after this, you're willing to do on your own. But, you know, at least this is the basic to get you started.
Yeah, please.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead, and then we'll go.
This is on the certs item. My wife and I, we've gone through the class and we're certified. And it is very interesting how you have to, you know, any kind of tragedy, it could be even a fire or something, and you went and you go help take water to them or something like that, or the workers, and help the fire department, etc. And at the same time, if there's a tragic thing that happens here, and you know, you put tags on people. You're on that map, adios. You know, but I'm just saying, because you have to take it serious. Who's going to make it? You know, we never know. If this building was a call right now, boom, and we got 10 of them injured so bad that we can't even help them, we have to break it down. That's what's so serious about the search. That, you know, more people have to be able to help, and you can't just have feeling to that person that's injured, because you can't give up for one person all your time, and the other three you should have helped. You should have helped them out, or helped them into a better situation. It's very tragic how you see it, but you know, people just think, oh, it wouldn't happen. You never know. And I'm just saying how interesting it was to you know, how they do it, tell you what you have to see. You know, so the fatality rate, how bad it was. So try to get into it. It's really tragic, but interesting.
And just one last thing, you have to realize that the fire department, the police will tell you, no one is going to come to your aid for 3 days. You're on your own for 3 days, you and your neighbors. So that's, you really have to understand, and that's why it's so important. Thank you.
Cool. So I'm gonna go to Carlos, and then after that we're gonna move to budget stuff because we get to.
Yeah, I have a short announcement. The Community Service Organization, CSO, is hosting a community meeting at the Ben Franklin Library on December the 14th to get input and ideas and proposals from the community as to what they would like to do, or what we would like to do on Inauguration Day of the newly elected President Trump. Whether they want to send a delegation, whether they want to have a march or rally the day in the morning. So everyone's invited to provide their opinion, their feedback. Again, it's December the 14th, 6 p.m. at the Ben Franklin Library. Thank you.